Hello there. So I have the Hyte Y40 case here. I'll be moving my current machine or my current PC to this case as I'll be upgrading my video card to one of the newer ones, probably end of this year. And with being busy, it's always good to plan it out, months ahead before I do that. And the current case that I have will not fit the newer video cards that could push 4K gaming. So I decided to upgrade the case, and I'll probably be upgrading the CPU too. And when the time comes, I'll get the right video card. And I decided to get the Hyte Y40 because of how it looks, and I'd like to give this new brand a chance. Basically, as far as I know about Hyte, is they are either a spin-off or a sister company of Power. So that I'm not too familiar with the whole details between that one, but I do like the way the case looks, and I hope it's a nice case. So let's get on with the unboxing. So pretty much it's the case, nothing else is in the box. Once you get the case out, that's pretty much it. So nice symbol here. Let's take it off. So this is actually the bottom part. It's in here, and you got the manual here. So let's flip it over. There you go. Nice. Get these out of the way. So you have the manual and the case, pretty much. Guess that's it. So let's open it up. Around here. So let's start from outside. So it's glass here, front and side glass. You can see it right there, right? And then you got your headphone jack. You got your headphone jack here, USB, power button, another USB, and then USB-C jack. So that's your pretty much your front ports. And here's the side where, if you see the holes, that's pretty much the intake will be. If you're thinking there might be not enough airflow, you could be right. If you're looking for airflow, you should probably be looking for the Fractal, Torrent, some other more airflow oriented cases. Let's look at the rear. So here, actually, PSU slot. They have these hooks where you could tie up your cables, which is great. This is actually a nice addition. Most cases, or in your cases, should probably come with these I guess latches that you say. Now, if you notice here, it's all low profile because this was actually built to have your GPU mounted here, vertically over here. If you could see here, graphics, and then here, if you're going to put other PCIe items, should at least be a low profile one, so it would fit here. Actually, let's get you closer here. So your PSU, we've got the box here, graphics card would be here, so 4-slot area, so it should be able to take on pretty much most, if not all, the cards, unless it's really very wide. And then you have your fan is included here, and then your power supply unit area, and that's it for the outside. I really like these cable latches, or cable tie areas. So you know what? Let's open her up, and oh yes, let's look at the bottom first. Okay, so the bottom area. So you have 2 filters. That's pretty cool. Room there. So it comes with a fan inside. I'm wondering about that fan though. Then you got the PSU area here for power supply unit area fan, depending on how you're orienting it. But yeah, generally that'll probably be the It's actually stylish that they did the filter this way, though it would be better if it all just came out one way. But it's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. The dust filter, at least you got the dust filter there. And then let's look at the top part. So, you go, top portion also has that plastic ridge lines and a filter. So you can see this. Probably just open it this way. Okay, looks like it's toolless. So you can see the dust filter is built in to the top cover basically. So you don't have to worry about removing this. Okay, let's see. Let's take them all out. You got the Hyte logo here, pretty much up to 360, possibly radiator. You got really nice space for cables here. And let's take all the panels out. And since this looks like it's a toolless setup, or a toolless, pop it off like this. Pop the rear off, the other side panel off. This is a nice touch here, so you can see the perforations on the side for the air coming in. Okay, so we got the sides, the top off, and the bottom part. Yeah, we could just take this off too, might as well. So this is the tedious thing about the filter at the bottom. One goes the other way and the other one goes another way. So, I mean, it's cute and all, but yeah, I guess, that's there. Let's take it all out. Now this front glass panel is actually screwed, so I won't be removing that as probably not necessary right now anyways. Okay, let's go through the case. So from this side, you can see you got the motherboard tray and the riser cable. It's a pretty cool riser kit. Let's get this out of the way. Oh. Motherboard tray, you got the riser cable to orient your video card vertically versus horizontally. So that's kind of the feature of this case too. And then you got two fan where you could put in probably 120 to 140 to, or maybe 240, 280 at the most. Let me double check. So let's get this here. So you could put 240 and 280 radiator here, and then on top you could actually put in up to 360 max radiator, or depending on your setup, right, you could do 3 120 fans here. If you can see it there, you could do 3 120 fans here, and then 120 to 120 to 140 fans here. And it comes with the, it actually comes with the a Hyte non-RGB fan located here for exhaust, and of course the nice PCIe riser cable here, which I'll leave that alone for now. If you notice here, actually I'm gonna flip it in a bit, but if you notice here, let's go look. It has just like slits of open area for air to go through. There's actually another fan that comes with a case below there. So I'm actually thinking, if you have a beefy card here and then you have the thick heatsink of a card, if it's not a water-cooled card, I'm thinking maybe dremeling or creating more holes here to let the air from the bottom go up and kind of push the hot air away to the top, to the back, to exhaust them out would be a good idea. So I actually might do that. So it looks like it'll take me time to actually complete the build. So if you have this case, you really need to kind of plan out what you're going to do with it. So I'll probably replace this fan. I'm planning to put a 360 radiator here, and then let's flip it over on this other side. So here on this side, you got the case. It's probably hard drive tray if you're using a hard drive. So you have the hard drive tray here if you want to use it for SSD and HHD. So it could either be a 3.5 drive or two 2.5 drives. So in general, I actually have an SSD. I will probably not even use this. I'll put it here where the airflow is pretty good, and I won't even probably use this. So this is a nice touch though. So you could have that here, and then you notice they have a lot of these cable tie how would you call that, notches basically. So I'm guessing cleaning up this case or building this case with a cleaned up wiring will be pretty good. So you know what, let me just remove this because I will be needing this. And then what's in the box? Is it okay, cool. So you have your screws, motherboard screw, PSU screws. It's labeled, so it's pretty nice actually. So you got the motherboard and SSD screws. You got your hard drive screws too, if ever you're using one. So, and you got a splitter for the audio, for the front audio port. So if you're using a separate, mic and or a headset, you could split it. That's actually pretty neat. And then zip ties. So you got zip ties. I do have tons of zip ties, so that's not going to be a problem, but this is actually a pretty nice addition. Okay, so we got that here. And then you can see here, PSU area will be over here. Then airflow, if you notice, airflow will be coming from the side panel here, depending on your setup, right? Depending on your setup, that's why you kind of have to plan this out, because you could do whatever way you want to set this up. But I'm thinking 2 140 fans going in here. This one is, it comes also with another 120 fan here at the bottom. But, okay, so if you see it here, there's 120 fan there. But I'll probably remove that too and either put a 140 or just one of my 120s, but I might put a 140 here. So if you see, there are holes here probably for the bigger fan, so I think 140 should fit. Now the problem with that too, like I mentioned before, is the airflow, because if you notice here inside, this air is blocked. So even if I put in a 140 there, not too much airflow will come out here. So there's holes here for the wires pretty much, and some airflow at least will push that out. But I'm actually thinking, like I mentioned earlier, of dremeling. I'll probably start here and dremel and see how it looks, and dremeling or drilling some holes here to get more air out. And I actually might get a blower fan, put it on the side here in this area, because the video card will be here, and put it here, blowing air up to the video card area, so the fresh air could be fed going up and pushing the hot air to the exhaust top and rear part, so the rear fan. So okay, so it's plastic. Yeah, I think I could dremel some lines here and then order a blower and then kind of get this going. So that's it for the unboxing and overview of the case. It looks like it's a pretty nice case. It should fit a wide variety of video cards. So let's say if I get one of the newer ones for 4K gaming, let me just throw in the specs from the manual. Should have done that from the start, so my bad. Okay, so for the top radiator here, so this will be a nice way to build. Look at the holes there for wires and cables. And then for the top, you could have up to 360 millimeter radiator, so it'll fit it here. And then for if you're doing air cooling, so if you have up to 183 height for the air cooler here, you have to watch out for the fan and the PCIe extension, so, and or the video card here. This is probably a better setup if you're water cooling, because if you're doing air cooling, there could be issues on the exhaust fan, on the extension, and on the video card area, depending on what type of cooler you're planning to use. Here you could have up to 280 radiator or 2 140 fans here, so that'll fit here. So if you have a combination of a 360 for your CPU and a 280 or 240 for the video card, if you're planning to actually get the water-cooled video card, that'll actually fit well here too. Then you notice the big slots here for wiring, and a lot of those wiring notches that you could tie up your cabling with, which is really great. So video card, you have up to 422 millimeters in length and 94 millimeters in height, so that's around 16 inches. 16 inches lengthwise, and height is 94 millimeters, so 93.7 inch height. So up to, you know, I guess it's more of a, that's the height. And then power supply unit up to 224 millimeters in length. So if you look at the space anyways, it should be fairly, unless you have a really big one, it should be fairly able to take care of any power supply unit that you have, basically. So it's pretty much, you could even have a bigger one, but you got to remove this fan that's here anyways, and then you still have a lot of cable notches here that you could tie stuff up, so it's really nice. So I can't wait to actually move my current setup to this one. It's just I need to modify this to fit my needs, so I will be spending time on that, and hopefully I'll be able to post the build once I'm done. So I'll be dremeling here. I'll be getting a blower fan to blow air from the bottom here where the fresh air is going to be coming from, and then blow it here. Currently I have a 6800 XT, so I'm buying this and moving my stuff here because I'm planning to get a better monitor, a 4K monitor, and also a 4K video card. Or what I mean by 4K video card is a high FPS 4K video card where I could play games with. I have a mix of games that I play, and you know, I'd like to be able to play 4K, and looks like the next generation, or the new generation of video cards will be able to satisfy that need for 4K gaming. So that's it for now, and thanks for watching. I hope this helps. So my advice is, if you're planning to do a build on the Hyte Y40, make sure you plan it out, think about it, because if you're thinking of using the expansion slots, you need to have them in a low profile mode or model, because that's just how this is set up. So I hope this helps, and can't wait to move my stuff to this new case. Thanks.
But now, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah.